Today, Louis Vuitton has grown into one of the top luxury brands worldwide. But, the history behind this multi-billion company started from a homeless boy who came from a very humble background. Louis Vuitton was born on August 4, 1821, in Anche, France. His father was a farmer, and his mother was a hat maker. Thus, Vuitton spent most of his childhood on the farm, taking care of the crops and livestock. Sadly, Vuitton lost his mother at the mere age of 10. His father quickly remarried a woman who was extremely wicked to Vuitton. After the death of his father, Vuitton found it difficult to continue staying with his stepmother. The struggle on the street forged a talented artist. Vuitton ran away from home in 1835, at the age of 13. He struggled on the streets as he headed for Paris. He had no shelter or money and worked odd jobs with artisans and craftsmen. Although the money he received from the jobs was hardly enough to help him survive, Vuitton gained valuable skills on how to work with metal, stone, fabrics, and wood. In 1837, Vuitton arrived in Paris and worked for a luggage maker, Monsieur Maréchal. Vuitton soon became a favorite amongst Monsieur Maréchal clients. And, Vuitton ended up becoming the personal box maker of the Empress of France, Eugénie de Montijo, the wife of Emperor Napoleon III. From novice luggage maker to successful startup owner. The privilege to work for the Empress opened a lot of opportunities for Vuitton. In 1854, Vuitton got married to Clémence Émilie Perriot. After the marriage, Vuitton opened his first shop. At that time, the traditional luggage boxes were made from leather, and they had a round top. Vuitton introduced his unique canvas boxes that contained a flat top and a tumbler lock to prevent theft. In less than 2 years, Vuitton's box became a must-have item amongst the people. Around 1867, Vuitton decided to expand his business's itinerary by introducing more modern handbags. This invention was received well by women, and the demand for Vuitton's handbags rose massively by the day. The roadblocks in Vuitton's dream path. Unfortunately, as Vuitton's business was exploding, a war, the Franco-Prussian War, erupted in France. Vuitton closed his business and moved to a cramped shelter amongst other refugees. When the war ended, Vuitton returned home. Vuitton realized that his materials were stolen, and his workshop was destroyed. Additionally, Vuitton's patron, the Empress of France Eugénie, was in exile after her husband was driven out of power by the Prussian victory. So, Vuitton used his last savings to rebuild his business again. By 1872, Vuitton had managed to bring his business back on the map. And, Vuitton created a striped pattern on his luggage boxes. This new design was loved by many people as it was more modern and enabled people to stand out. In 1885, Vuitton opened a shop in London, the world's richest city, financial center, and capital of the British Empire, for his products. Thus, Vuitton's business was now starting to operate on an international level. His clients now included more royals, American millionaires, and explorers. But, in 1892, at the age of 72, Vuitton passed away. The cause of his death was unknown. The company after Vuitton's passing. After Vuitton died, his son Georges Vuitton took over the business. Georges partnered with a U.S. Postmaster General, John Wanamaker. Wanamaker started selling Louis Vuitton products in his New York department store. In 1896, Georges created a monogram, a floral pattern with an L and a V that interlocked to honor his father's memory. Georges passed away in 1936, and he left the business in the hands of his son, Gaston Vuitton. Gaston passed the business to his sons, who later on asked their sister's husband, Henry Rackemeyer, to take over. Rackemeyer managed to open Louis Vuitton stores all over the world. In 1987, Louis Vuitton reached nearly $1 billion in sales and merged with Moet Hennessy to form LVMH. Rackemeyer later lost control of Louis Vuitton to his ally, Bernard Arnault. Today, the luxury brand is now valued at over $30 billion.